Hello, dear friends. Unfortunately, this year I'm able to join your important meeting only via internet because of the current situation in the world, but I would like to express at the very beginning my full support for Mrs. Rajavi and all the democratic forces in Iran fighting for free and democratic country. As it is very important to notice that in the recent time the Iranian regime is becoming more and more aggressive. But it is also important to note that this aggressiveness is not out of strength. This aggressiveness is rather a signal of weakness of the regime, because the people in Iran are really disappointed with the policies of Iranian regime. And last 2 years showed to the whole world and to the Iranian people how unable the cruel regime was to take responsibility for the wellness and health of its own citizens. The total disaster with COVID-19 in Iran is a perfect example that this government is not able to represent the very basic interest of its own people. But with the new so-called elections of a new so-called president of Iran, it is important to note that, as recently reported, I have here the quoting, Javid Rehman, the UN investigator on human rights in Iran, has called for an independent inquiry into allegations of state-ordered executions of thousands of Iranian political prisoners in 1988, and the role played by Ebrahim Raisi as Tehran deputy prosecutor, who is currently Iran's regime's new president. He said that he was ready to share the testimonies and evidence he has gathered in this regard if the UN Human Rights Council or other body sets up by an impartial investigation. He clearly stated, I think it is time, and it's very important now that Mr. Raisi is the president-elect, that we start investigating what happened in 1988 and the role of the particular individuals. This is the Reuters report. So I think it is very important from the international community to express our willingness to fully investigate this cruel crime which was committed by Iranian regime's officers in 1988. It is important because we cannot move forward without prosecuting the people who are responsible for such crimes against the other people. Dear friends, I think that today the Iranian people are more closer to the final achievement of their lives, of the final achievement of being a democratic country. And I think that you have to know that you have a support from all the corners of Europe in your fight for free and democratic Iran. Thank you very much.